Dear children, we are observing a factor called light and its relation with photosynthesis in this present session. So here in the previous session we observed that light has an importance to release oxygen in plants. But the main intention of photosynthesis is not to release oxygen but to prepare its own food called a carbohydrate called glucose and to store it as starch. So you know this well. Now light is making the plant, sunlight is making the plant to release oxygen is proved in which experiment? Hydrilla experiment. Now we will do another experiment to prove sunlight also allows plant to prepare glucose and to store it as starch. So our present experiment is light is essential. Light plays an important role to prove to prepare starch in plants. Dear children, we have given a title called the title of this experiment called sunlight is necessary to form starch in plants. So because the present topic is the relation between sunlight and photosynthesis. Yes or no? So for that we have taken a potted plant, normal potted plant, and before doing experiment to this potted plant, de-starch the plant. I think you know this well. So we have to do a process to this plant is nothing but called de-starching or de-starched plant. How to de-starch a plant we know well. Simply de-starching means removing starch in the plant. Already starch is existing in green leaves as the plant is in sunlight previously. Now before doing the experiment we have to remove all the starch present in the plant leaf, that is called de-starching. How it is? Simply keep a plant in dark room for 3 to 4 days. Important question. To de-starch a plant should be kept in the dark room for 3 to 4 days, by which the starch present in every green part will be used up. So such a plant is called de-starched. Again a question, why to de-starch? Because we are telling that plant will form new starch in leaves in sunlight. If the old starch is remaining, we don't know the new starch is prepared or not. So we have to remove all the starch present in the leaf. Then we will come to know in presence of sunlight they will prepare a new starch or not. So to confirm the starch is prepared or not, the already leftover starch should be used up, should be removed. The process is called de-starch. Now, so this is a de-starched plant kept in dark room. Before keeping it into sunlight, make one more arrangement that cover a portion of leaf with a black paper. If this is a leaf portion, for example, if this is a leaf portion, cover a portion of leaf with a black paper. It is a black paper which covered the leaf portion completely. Why to cover it? If you cover, this portion doesn't get sunlight. And also made one cut shape. Also made one cut shape in this black paper like this. Any cut shape, any shape, either round shape or in this experiment as per the textbook we made a shape called S cut shape, by which the sunlight is available. So in which portion the sunlight is available? Yes, in this portion the sunlight is available outside the black paper. Here also sunlight is available to this plant, and also within this black paper cut portion is there. In this also sunlight is available. So like that we made this leaf to receive sunlight in some portion, not to receive sunlight in another portion. So the same leaf is getting sunlight in one area, not getting sunlight in another area, by which the importance of sunlight will come to know in this experiment. Because once again go to the feedback of previous experiments, dear children. Carbon dioxide is necessary. What is the experiment called? Moles half-leaf experiment. I show in the textbook. In the moles half-leaf experiment, what you done previous, this is called a moles half-leaf experiment for knowing the importance of carbon dioxide in photosynthesis to prepare starch. So what we done, we also removed starch to this plant, that is called destarched plant. Before keeping into sunlight, we made this leaf into two halves. One half is available with carbon dioxide, another half is without carbon dioxide by keeping KOH here. So we made leaf with two portions here, not to receive carbon dioxide by one portion, not to receive carbon. Then the leaf will come to know the importance of carbon dioxide. In the same way, we made this leaf cover with a black paper. You can see the leaf is covered with a black paper by which sunlight is available in this outer portion, this portion, and also mid portion, cut portion of the leaf. So some portion is not with sunlight, some portion is with the sunlight. Now keep this arrangement in sunlight now. Bring this arrangement into the sunlight, expose it to sunlight. So sunlight falls on the complete plant. But some portion of the leaf doesn't receive, this is called the black pepper portion. That's why this experiment is also called black pepper experiment, dear children. So what is black pepper experiment? Equal to an experiment to prove sunlight is necessary for plant to form starch in its leaves. So now the plant is exposed to sunlight for 5 to 6 hours. Now we come to know that plant is doing photosynthesis, preparing its own food called glucose, and it is storing as a starch. So plant leaves are with starch. Now let us see this portion which is not available with sunlight will also prepare starch or not. If this portion also, covered portion also receives, also prepares starch, means once again, if the covered portion of black pepper also prepares starch in leaf, that means sunlight has no importance. Yes or no? If complete leaf along with exposed part to sunlight and covered part without sunlight also prepares starch, then there is no importance of sunlight here. We are not allowing sunlight to receive here. So this portion where sunlight is not received should not prepare starch. Let us see this portion which covered without receiving sunlight prepares starch or not. Now after exposing this plant to sunlight for few hours, now detach the leaf, remove the leaf from the plant and bring it side, and then remove the black pepper from the leaf. Now test it for the presence of starch. We have to know the starch is present or not in this leaf. Yes or no? So presence of starch is a proof that photosynthesis has taken place. Yes or no? How starch is formed? By the combination of glucose molecules. How glucose is formed? By a simple process called photosynthesis by using sunlight. Now we need to do the starch test. You know it well, dear children. Starch test is done by using a chemical called, very important, iodine or betadine or tincture iodine. So iodine drops, add iodine drops on this leaf and remove the black pepper completely. So we'll see what is the result now.